What do we have here? We have part 2 of perfecting this nearly perfect pile of Twosun parts. We left off finishing up some sanding on the frame pieces, and now we're going to get into the polishing before we slap some color on this son of a bitch. This is my my little polishing unit here. It's got a kind of a rough, hard, fibery disc on this side and a nice soft one on this side that uses a white, fine compound, and this one uses a more gritty compound, I guess you would say. So this is like stage 1, stage 2 over here. So we're going to pretty up this little pocket clip here. Right now it's just all gray. I have a cup of water right here to cool it down, because as you polish things, you impart friction to them, and that heats them up. So that's hot. And it comes on quick with the titanium, like real quick. Like 1 minute it's not very hot, the next minute it's burning your fingers. You kind of have to figure out how much time it takes to get hot, and then just stay ahead of it. Just dropping it in the water before that time. Like, I don't even feel like getting hot yet, but I'm going to dip it because I don't feel like burning my fingers again. Getting down inside those little windows is tough, but it's worth it if it looks real good when it's all done. Okay, so that's like stage 1 of, let me turn this thing off so I don't grind my finger with it. So that's stage 1 of polishing. I want to go after it with that other one that's softer for kind of stage 2 where it's a little shinier even. Let's say I also have this backspacer I want to do, so I'll do that one first over on this side. So then we can do the other side with all the parts we need to do at the same time. Well, anyway, pretend you watched me do that for a while. It's pretty boring. So remember, when you're using acids and heat, always wear the proper safety wear, proper shoes. So look, I have these guys together on a little dangly bit so that they're all kind of separate, but so I can dip them all at once in the acid. So I'm going to heat them up until they get the right color, and which for me, usually I'm going for like a dark amber color before I dip it. Shading, starting to shade towards blue. Okay, so we're going to get that done real quick here. And I'm starting with the thickest piece, kind of heating it up first. I'm hitting the thickest pieces first, the thickest parts of the pieces first even. You want good lighting where you do this. I'm sorry, I have to pull it out of the camera view because I was trying to get it out of the wind. The wind was coming through. You want good lighting so you can see when it starts to turn the color. It definitely takes some experimentation before you kind of get the idea of what it takes to get these guys to the right temperature. And when you think you're there, you throw them in the acid and see how it goes. And then you get them hosed off real quick. So, it came out okay. The rings, the pivot collars, I think that's about what I was looking for. So, kind of an amberish with a little bit of blues. This one came out darker, but I think it's still okay. I think I like it all right. Now this guy came out perfect, I think, which kind of like mostly a yellow, but with like a little bit of blue here and there where it got a little bit higher heat. This guy came out looking like a little bit too yellow. So we're going to hit it again. Wait, no. It's got a little bit of lightning in it. I might hit it one more time. I think I'm going to hit it one more time right now. get that wet real quick. So that one came out a little more blue than I wanted, but it looks really good though, so we're just going to leave it go with that. See what we got here. This is the frame piece that I didn't sand, or that I sanded only, I didn't polish it at all. And then here's the pocket clip that we did polish. It came out nice and shiny, so it's kind of a little difference there between the two. There's a kid screaming down the block. I should probably see what's up, make sure, you know, she's not getting attacked by a dog or something, but it sounds like, you know, kind of a happy scream, so whatever. I'm basically kind of outside here, on the edge of my garage. Like, this is the outside. You don't want to mess with, you know, some of these acids and stuff in an enclosed area. You know, heating up a part, that's not as big of a deal. You know, as long as you got a fan and some circulation, it's really not a big deal. But I just like to do it out here just for the hell of it. And if I spill the acid, it's not, you know, in the middle of my garage or on my table or something like that. So I think it looks pretty cool. So let's put it together. All right. First, I'm going to clean off these bearings since they're kind of grubby. I put a bunch of oil on them and then rub them together in a paper towel. Then I can figure out how these pivot collar things go on here, and that's kind of tricky and funky, and they like only one of them fits on one side and the other one fits on the other side, even though they look exactly the same. Then I get the blade put on there with the pivot, put the bearings on in the right order, get everything stuck back together and tightened up. So see what we got here. Clean off all the oils and other things. Let's see what we got here. We got nice polished pivot collar, and then we got just a nice big funky splashy color thing, and we got a nice shiny back spacer, and we got a nice shiny pocket clip that's no longer super hard to move. What I did was I took a washer and I actually had to grind it down a little bit because it was too fat. It stuck up, you know, even with that cutout that this sits down inside of to keep it from moving left and right. So I had to about cut the thickness of the washer in half, then put it down inside there, and then the screw goes up through the washer, then into this thing. So this thing's up about, I don't know, a 64th of an inch higher than it was before. And we got the pivot collar on this side, nice and shiny. I even polished the actual little bolt on top, so it's pretty. Now we have cutouts for the thumb access, so it's super easy to unlock now. Almost drop shutty, not quite. Let's see if I put a drop of oil in here. I wonder if I can get it to be. Let's look at it first. Is it drop shutty? Boy, it almost is, but just not quite. Now let's see if the oil can make a difference. Some of this cheapo fake nano oil. Okay, I put in like one drop. I'll smear it around a little bit in there. I put the drop in with the blade not quite open, right before it comes open, when it's holding this piece down, and you can see the little detent in there. I put the drop right on top of that detent and then move it around. All right, let's see if it matters. Okay, not quite drop shutty, but it's closer. It's like halfway there. So smooth though. Very nice. I think it came out good. Maybe it would be better if I did it polishy, but no, I think I like this texture. It's a little more grippy. Oh, let's see how that looks now. See how you have more room in there now to put your finger in there and actually push the flipper tab down, because these areas here right next to it have been ground out all the way out to this corner here. And that kind of makes for a little sharp corner there, but I don't know if that ever is going to matter. I don't think it will. Well, that's it. That's the complete redo and facelift on a TS45 Twosun. I definitely like it. Have a nice day.